Good morning, friends. In the previous video, we had started the new chapter, that is Introduction to Microbiology. This is one of the advanced science that is useful for the welfare of the human being. In the microbiology, we are studying the microorganisms which are useful for us. In the previous video, we had discussed about the yogurt formation. There are many dairy products in our dairy technology. These microorganisms, they plays a very important role. Different dairy products such as the kefir, then cream, then cheese, butter, all these are the dairy product which we can obtain by taking the use of these microorganisms. There are different microorganisms. Not a single microorganism can give rise to all these products, but various microorganisms like that is streptococcus, then lactobacilli. All these are the microorganisms which can useful for the production of these different products. Among these, in the previous video we had discussed about that is about the yogurt formation. In the yogurt formation, the bacteria which are useful, that is the lactobacilli delbruci, and the second one is that is streptococcus thermophilus. You should have to remember the name. आपल्याला नाव पाठ करायचे आहेत, otherwise ते लक्षात राहणार नाही. Okay, now the next dairy product that we have to discuss here, that is a butter. All of you are familiar with the butter. The favorite brand in our area, that is Amul butter, which is generally used in our area. This butter, it is obtained at the domestic level. We can prepare this butter at our home also, but at the commercial level, this butter, it is manufactured on a large scale, that is having the two varieties, that is the sweet cream butter and the cultured butter. Now, what is the difference among these two, sweet cream as well as the cultured butter? In this sweet cream butter which is obtained, it is a fresh butter that is obtained without the fermentation process. And the cultured butter, it is obtained by taking the use of the microorganism. So these are the two types of butter that we are using nowadays. The next important product, which is among the most important dairy product, that is the cheese. All of you are familiar, or all of you might have been eaten the pizza, burger, sandwich, and all these are the fast foods, and the quality and the price of these food items which are available in the market, it depends upon the type of a cheese. Mainly it depends upon the type of a cheese that has been used in this food item. So what is this cheese? Actually, there are different types of cheese, and throughout the world, the cheese is having a much demand, and from the prehistoric period, this cheese is mainly obtained from the cow milk. गाईच्या दुधापासून या चीजची निर्मिती केली जाते. आपण बघू शकता large scale production of all these are the cheese, different types of cheese which are given in this picture, and all they are obtained from the cow milk. Okay, so during the production of the cheese from the cow milk, firstly the cow milk is tested for its chemical as well as the microbial activities. It is firstly tested for the microbial and what is the meaning of this one? Chemical and microbial activity. Before processing the milk, it should be tested that whether the harmful microorganisms, whether they are present in the milk. If they are present, firstly they should be killed. Otherwise, these harmful microorganisms, if they are present, then they will kill the useful bacteria that we are adding, that is lactobacilli and streptococcus. There are different bacteria that we are using or processing is done. Then chemical testing is also done to see the protein content which are present in the milk. The chemical testing of that milk is done. After that, if the harmful bacteria, if they are present, then pasteurization is done. Do you know what is pasteurization? I think in the previous video we had gone through this pasteurization. Pasteurization is one of the method in which milk is heated first up to the temperature of 71 and again it is instantly cooled down. It is instantly cooled down. What is the reason? दुधाला एकदम गरम करणे किंवा उष्णता देणे. कितीपर्यंत? 71. आता तुम्ही म्हणाल की 71 डिग्री सेल्सिअस पर्यंतच का, 100 डिग्री सेल्सिअस पर्यंत नाही. तर 71 पर्यंत द्यायचं आणि लगेच त्याला कूल डाऊन करायचं. याला म्हणायचं पाश्चरायझेशन. समजलं का सगळ्यांना? व्हॉट इज पाश्चरायझेशन? इन्स्टंटली हिटिंग द मिल्क अप टू द टेम्परेचर ऑफ 71 डिग्री सेल्सिअस and again cooling it down to up to the normal room temperature. Because of this, what would happen? The bacteria or the harmful bacteria or microorganisms, if they are present in the milk, then they are killed. Because at 71 degrees Celsius, almost all the microorganisms, they are killed. And why we have to cool it instantly? Because the cream which is present in the milk, it should not be separated. If we boil the milk up to 100 degrees Celsius, 100 डिग्री सेल्सिअस पर्यंत जर तापवलं तर काय होईल? दूध उकळायला लागेल. आणि दूध उकळायला लागेल म्हणजे काय होईल? त्यामध्ये असलेली जी काही क्रीम आहे, ज्याला आपण साय म्हणतो, ती काय होईल? वेगळी होईल, सेपरेट होईल आणि त्यामुळे दुधाच्या क्वालिटीमध्ये फरक येईल. आलं लक्षात? त्या किंवा दुधाची क्वालिटी ही थोडीशी कमी होऊन जाईल. आणि बिकॉज ऑफ दिस द पाश्चरायझेशन इज डन. In the exam, the question may be asked, what is a pasteurization? So you can easily write it. Okay. After that, the microorganisms, they are added in the milk. In the cheese production, firstly the chemical and microbial analysis of the milk is done, and after that the microorganisms, they are added. They are added. The first microorganism which is added, that is a Lactobacillus lactis. Lactobacillus lactis, and other species of the lactobacillus is also added, that is Lactobacillus cremoris. Then the Streptococcus thermophilus. These are the bacteria, they are added in the milk, and continuous stirring is also done. Look at here, you can see one of the equipment here, continuous stirring. The 3 microorganisms, they are added, and what they brings about? They brings about the process of the fermentation. And what happens in the fermentation? The lactose sugar which is present in the milk, that is converted into lactic acid, and the proteins, they get coagulated. The proteins which are present in the milk, they get coagulated, and which is also called as the curdling of a milk. You can see the curdling is done. And during this process, the enzyme rennet is added. Actually, what happens? This enzyme rennet, during, as I had already told you that the cheese production, it is done from the prehistoric period. So, in that period, the enzyme rennet, it was obtained from the alimentary canal of the cattle. Look at here in this picture. Here you can see easily the cattle. Okay. And from the alimentary canal of this cattle, the enzyme rennet, it was extracted. And such a cheese which was obtained by this method, it was called as a non-vegetarian cheese. परंपरागत पद्धतीने जेव्हा चीज तयार केलं जायचं, तर त्यावेळेला काय केलं जायचं? हा जो एन्झाईम रेनेट आहे, जो आता एन्झाईम आहे म्हणजे इट no doubt it enhance the reaction, that is the formation or curdling of that milk. आणि हा जो रेनेट एन्झाईम आहे, हा कुठून मिळवला जायचा? एलिमेंटरी कॅनल किंवा आतडे. कशाचे? गाईचे. गाई आणि जे काही कॅटल्स आहेत त्यांच्या आतड्यामधून हा एन्झाईम बाहेर काढला जायचा एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट, आणि तो नंतर या दुधामध्ये ऍड केला जायचा. आणि मग अशा प्रकारे जे काही चीज मिळवलेलं असायचं त्याला काय म्हटलं जायचं, नॉन व्हेजिटेरियन चीज. आणि मग काही जे लोक आहेत, दोज दे डज नॉट प्रिफर द नॉन व्हेजिटेरियन फूड, दे start avoiding eating such a type of a cheese. So an alternative which has been discovered later on, that is the enzyme protease, which has been obtained from the fungus. Here you can see the fungus, it is a structure of the fungus like the aspergillus, you can see the conidia. There are many fungi which can use or which can synthesize the enzyme protease, and this enzyme protease which is obtained from these fungi like aspergillus or penicillium or various other fungi are also there which can produce this protease enzyme. Nowadays, instead of using the rennet enzyme that is obtained from the alimentary canal, nowadays we are using the enzyme protease that has been obtained from the fungi, and such a type of a cheese nowadays which is obtained, that is called as the vegetarian cheese. आणि मग आज जे आपण चीज पाहतो किंवा जे आपल्या उपयोगात आणलं जातं ते कसं आहे, दॅट इज द व्हेजिटेरियन चीज. दॅट इज अ व्हेजिटेरियन, कारण त्याच्यामध्ये हा जो एन्झाईम वापरलेला आहे हा कोणता आहे, प्रोटीएज एन्झाईम आहे. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर द ऍडिशन ऑफ ऑल दिस, दॅट इज द 3 microorganisms. Which are they? Lactobacillus cremoris, Lactobacillus delbrucker and Streptococcus thermophilus. पाठ करायचा आहे. And along with this, the enzyme protease which is obtained from the fungus, that is also added. And continuous stirring is done, and then there starts the curdling of the milk. What is the curdling of a milk? The separation of the solid from the liquid part, that is called as a curdling of a milk. थोडक्यात आपण ज्याला म्हणतो की दूध फाटणे. पनीर आपण आपल्याकडे आई जर घरी बनवत असेल तर तुमच्या लक्षात येत असेल की जेव्हा पनीर तयार केलं जातं त्यावेळेला सुद्धा ह्याच प्रोसेसने, म्हणजे आपण त्याच्यामध्ये लिंबाचा रस किंवा बाकीचे काही आपण ऍड करतो, त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं की त्याच्यामधलं दूध आणि दही, म्हणजे दूध आणि दुधापासून सॉलिड आणि लिक्विड पार्ट हा वेगळा होतो. दॅट इज नथिंग बट द curdling. ओके, नाउ look at here. Curdling has been started and the coagulation of a milk protein takes place. Coagulation. What is the coagulation? That is separation of the solid from the liquid part. In case of this milk, we can say that the whey which is separated. In the next slide, you can see easily the whey. Here the whey is removed. Here look at here. This is a solid part and the whey, that is a liquid part which is removed. Now this whey is separated by filtration, and that way it may be used for other purpose, and whatever may be the solid part that is remain, then it is converted into the pieces, or you can say it is a solid yogurt. It is cut into the pieces. Sometimes the cylindrical form cheese you can also find. The different form of or the different shapes of this solid yogurt, it is cut into the pieces, and then this cheese that is obtained, if it is a fresh, then it is called as a cottage cheese. It is a cottage cheese. Now this cheese, then it is firstly it is filtered out, solidified, then it is washed so that the whey is properly removed from it. Then it is allowed to ripen. इथे सर्व संपत नाही. याच्यानंतर काय केलं जातं की it is allowed to ripen so that if it is a fresh cheese, it is called as a cottage cheese. And if it is a ripened to about nearly about 3 to 12 months, it is called as a cheddar cheese. And if it is ripened for nearly about 12 to 18 months, it is called as a Parmesan cheese. And the nutritive value of the cheese is increased as it is ripened for a longer period of time. And the cheese that you are familiar with is mozzarella. mozzarella cheese, it is just a chewy or a elastic in nature. तुम्ही जेव्हा पिझ्झा खाता ना तेव्हा ते जे तार निघतात की नाही, दॅट इज द मोझरेला. अँड सच अ टाईप ऑफ डिफरंट क्वालिटीज ऑफ द चीज दे कॅन बी ऑब्टेन. अँड this cheese, as it is having the nutritive value, it is one of the most important food item which is obtained by taking the use of these microorganisms. We will stop here. In the next video we will see the next dairy product. Thank you.